Welcome to Hot Seat Healing on the Wellness Studio podcast. This is a space where real people receive real time intuitive guidance, spiritual coaching, and energetic healing. Each session you hear is recorded with full consent and grounded in care, respect, and personal agency. Guests are always invited to share only what feels safe and aligned. These sessions are not therapy or medical treatment, they are spiritual coaching and intuitive support meant to complement your existing care. Today's session is with Nadine. I'm grateful for her willingness to step into this work and allow her healing to ripple outward for others who may need to hear these messages.
Hi, Nadine. Welcome to Hot Seat Healing. Thank you for being here and for trusting me with this space.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
That's wonderful. Before we begin, I want to remind you that you're always in control and you can pause, you can redirect, or stop at any time. You don't need to perform or share anything that doesn't feel right in your body.
I
So,
understand.
okay, good. I'd love to start by hearing in your own words what you've been moving through lately.
Triggers, friendship triggers, relationship triggers, family triggers. Seems like um, all the triggers or the friendships that I thought were friends seem to
Hmm.
be coming all at once, and I'm being tested and I'm going through another awakening.
Mm,
Mm,
been there.
yeah.
So in your application, you mentioned the the idea of being judged or how to overcome anxiety or depression. Does that still feel like the center of what you want support around today, or has anything shifted?
Um, I have always felt that way, feeling alone, feeling I'm the only one, even in the type of household I live in, the type of background I come from. I've always felt like, oh, she's different. You don't want to be different. You got to be
Mm,
blended in. And even as a child, and even now, I'm still working through it. Have I handled it better? Yeah, I have, but it seems to always pop in when I least expect it. It always comes to trigger me in some way. Well, let's test her today, or let's test her this week. Okay, there's a friendship. Okay, let's just do it this way. Okay, it looks the same. Let's do it with another friend. Seems like me wanting to belong and not being different is like a resistance I need to stop doing. And am I perfect with that? No. I mean, we all are going through something. There's a big shift going on apparently, and
hmm
it's all a learning process. I don't think I'm ever gonna overcome it, to be honest. I think it's just gonna be part of who I am, and I just need to handle it better.
mm. Well, we'll bring that to your guides because I don't know that whole idea of you saying like I'm going to be stuck with that forever. Like, how can we shift that? Like maybe asking guides, how can we shift out of that?
Well, I woken up like my first awakening, I would believe I was 36, 37 years old. And
Hmm.
I lived in a dark shadow, I would say, or a dark energy throughout my whole entire life. Now, I come from a Middle Eastern background, and my parents' generation and then the generation before that, they come from a very suppressed generation
Yeah.
where everything's arranged, they can't really express themselves, and it's like it's through the war, but there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Even my mom from today, she she always looks at the negative side of it, never like the positive side. I go, well, mom, look at the lesson. What are you trying to learn? And when I try to shift her thinking a little bit, well, I'll leave it up to God. But God didn't tell us to be depressed. He gave us all the
Hmm.
tools. So I didn't have a very good upbringing. So when I woken up, am I allowed to swear on this?
Yes.
Okay. I basically said like it's fucking enough. Like I'm done.
Hmm.
I picked up a book from Louise Hayes. She was my
Hmm.
first author.
That was
And
a good
then
pick for your first.
yes, I mean, I was seeing a psychic at the time and she suggested it, and then I got into um Wayne Dyer, and I started buying multiple books, and that was actually my first time I actually started meditating, was based on her experience and her books. And
Hmm.
the more I got into it, and I just loved the feeling, it became like a ritual. And it helped with my depression a lot because I had
Oh yeah.
anxiety, I had depression. I come from a household with just me as the only girl with three dominant masculine energy in the house. There's no room to be female or having your own voice. So I started doing that and I reacted. I was more opinionated and they didn't like it. They don't like
Hmm.
it. Well, what happened to the old Nadine? The Nadine,
Mm,
was still there. It's just she spoke up. That's the only difference.
hmm.
But I didn't want to live that way. So I woken up around 36, 37, and I pushed and I'm still pushing.
Yeah.
I'm still pushing, yeah.
Well, that's great. Okay, so thank you for sharing all of that. And let's bring that intention with us as we move into the healing portion of our session, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to get grounded first. So let's begin by arriving and taking a few deep breaths together. Inhale and exhale. You can place your palms face up, resting gently, whatever feels comfortable. Inhale and exhale. Nothing to fix, nothing to force, just arriving. I invite you to, oh, you're on a bed, huh? So just be comfortable because I'll say your feet, but we can just get your bottom and your legs
It's
comfortable.
okay. I'm used to doing it this way. I've done it even
Yeah.
in water, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And gently breathe in through the nose and out of the mouth. As you breathe, imagine your body becoming present here, not rushing, just arriving. Now let's bring awareness to your Earth Star chakra. And since you're sitting, it'll be underneath your tailbone, about 24 inches down into the ground. Feel it anchoring deep into the ground, safe, steady, and present. From there, feel the grounding energy move upward through your body, through each chakra, slowly and intentionally. As it rises, allow your crown and third eye to open with ease. Above us, feel the yellow, white glow of the tree of life and grandfather sun, and let that light wash over you gently, and it pours into you. Now bring awareness to your heart space. There's no pressure to open wide, just a soft willingness. Let your heart be witnessed exactly as it is. Now I call in grounding through the tree of life. I invite your awareness to move down through your body, through your legs and feet, into the earth beneath you. Imagine roots growing from you deep into the soil, anchoring you to the living intelligence of the land. I call in the wisdom of the earth, the ancestors of this land, and the original caretakers whose presence still holds place and balance. May we be supported, protected, and steady. From this grounded place, I now call in higher support. I invite the presence of healed ancestors, guides, angels, teachers, and masters who work in love, integrity, and service to the highest good. Only those aligned with truth, compassion, and respect may be present. I call in your higher self, the part of you that is whole, wise, and already knows how to heal. The part of you that exists beyond fear, beyond self-judgment, and beyond old stories. I also call in my higher self, asking that I remain clear, neutral, and in service. I set the intention that any intuitive information that comes through is for you, not for me, and is offered only when it is supportive, appropriate, and invited. We set a boundary that this session is not about fixing, rescuing, or predicting. It's about insight, integration, and empowerment. Anything that arises today does for your growth, your understanding, and your liberty. If at some point anything arises that you don't feel that doesn't resonate, feel free to leave it behind. Your inner knowing is the authority here. We now set sacred space. I invite Archangel Michael to the right, wrapped in blue light, offering protection and strength. I invite Archangel Gabriel to support clear, loving communication. I invite Angel Sophia, divine wisdom. Sophia is a counselor, light, and tree of life energy present in creation. And again, I invite your higher self to step forward, the part that already knows. I invite all your guides forward into this space. We now declare that this session is grounded in truth. Only divine truth may come through. Only what is for the highest and best good for Nadine may be received, spoken of, or felt. All other energies are released. With that, we open this session with respect, clarity, and trust. You may open your eyes if you choose, and I will begin channeling. So, first thing is, I want to ask your guides to come forward and show themselves to me. Like immediately when we started, I had forgotten this about you, but the bear there, like immediately, I was like, oh, that's right. She has the bear. They were there first. Okay. Who's who of Nadine's guides would like to come forward and share messages of what we spoke about earlier? Okay. I'm seeing the woman dressed in black. I'm going to ask her, what is your name? I'm hearing Angela again. And Angela, what is it that you would like to bring forward to Nadine? Oh, I was hearing this as you were talking, and it must have been her, that the vision is for bigger, that all of these little things feel like little bothers and little annoyances and what is it? But everything is meant for this bigger vision. And Angela, what is this bigger vision? This bigger vision is for creation of personal life, is what I'm hearing. Creation for of personal life, where you move through life with ease, calmness, support of the guides, and ultimately happiness. She's like your life support guide, one that you can call on all times, any time of the day, all of the time, one that you can constantly call to and channel to. Does any of that resonate?
It's the first time I hear of Angela.
Yeah.
She has never introduced myself, or sorry, herself.
Hmm.
Does she have black hair?
She's all dressed in black. I see nothing but black. I didn't even see any hair. Angela,
D
can you show yourself again so I can see? It's all like very traditional black, like there's the headpiece that goes down. It's all black, almost like a nun, but not a nun.
Okay, so it seems very Middle Eastern in a sense.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, she's just there for life support, for just all the time guide. I
What's the
wonder,
vision?
I'm hearing representation of higher self too. Representation of higher self, which is interesting. And say your question again, sorry.
What's the biggest? So you said there's a vision. or a higher vision, I believe.
Hmm. Yeah, bigger in vision, I wrote down.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going back to our guides here. Who would like to speak on this vision? Because I feel like Angela's higher self is here to support that vision, but who can speak on the vision? I feel like some animals. There's a lot of animals here to tell you things, but I think we'll hold that. We want to know the vision, the larger vision that Nadine is wanting to hear and know about. I feel a masculine presence on that. Who's going to come forward and speak about that? Okay, it keeps coming back to a frog. He looks like a frog on the top and like man on the bottom is who I'm seeing. And what is your name? If we could have a name or a way to refer to you. I'm just hearing frog energy. We'll hopefully get further down into that. And you're the holder of the vision. And what is that vision? Okay, slow down so I could hear and understand. Okay, so it's kind of, I'm hearing him talk a lot about mother, caretaker, wife. Like it has something to do with that, but it's not that in the way that we think that it is. It's how you're going to hold that energy for others.
That's so interesting. So I
Yeah.
just said this the other day to my mother, who I take care of. I go, I'm living the life as a wife and a mother without the husband and the children.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I don't want it, I actually do, but in my own like my in fut like the future for myself. That's
Mm-hmm.
just very interesting you picked up on that one.
Yeah, that's what he's explaining, but he holds that vision and he's seeing it come through like not always necessarily with your immediate family, but for others. Let's go back to clarifying, like would she do that with clients? And he's saying yes. Within your community, spiritual circle is how you could hold that energy and be an example of what that looks like of being a strong mother and divine feminine. And I hear matriarch. And he's the masculine side holding that for you. There's that masculine balance is him. She needs to see that in her life, I would want to expect, right? Like in even if it's in a spiritual way, seeing that reflected
Yeah.
in life as well. Is there anything else that you want Nadine to know as you hold the vision for her? It's a large vision of what you're going to hold. It may only be like a few people at a time, but those few people are so important every time you have those few people because the universe is trusting you with, their soul, with their path. And even the smallest impact has great ripple effects. Okay. And he's saying that's like it. He did mention for like a second though before that was like there's a galactic tie to it, and I think that's why he's backing away because there's a galactic tie to that he doesn't speak for. Who does speak for the galactic tie? Who is that? What is that? Okay. So I'm seeing a very tall, what we would, I'm seeing more of a stereotypical tall, grayish purple alien. and he's coming forward, and he's bigger than everybody else that I see. Everyone else is like our size, and he's like huge. He's like
Oh.
8 or 9 foot tall. And he's the holder of the galactic portion. I just keeps hearing Octarian. That's my personal ego getting in the way. He's saying Octarian, get out of the way. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, he's not clothed. He's just is. And he has very, very large eyes. And what is it? What is your name? And what vision do you hold on the galactic? Okay, I'm hearing Nadine was sent here for the particular mission of gathering this information of what motherhood is like in an earthly plane, what caretaking looks like on an earthly plane, because where we are from, everything is cold. Oh, before your message, before like 10 minutes before, I was so cold personally. I had to get my heated blanket, make coffee, and I am freezing. And I even asked myself, I'm like, this is not my coldness. This has to be Nadine's coldness.
It's snowing outside.
Yeah. Does any of that resonate?
Yeah, so I hate being cold. It bothers me. So if I go to the gym, for instance, and when you exercise, you need to wear something lighter.
Yeah.
I refuse to leave the house in the freezing cold, 30 degrees,
Mm-hmm.
freezing. So I will bundle up, and then as soon as I get to the gym, I regret it because I hate being cold. I really hate it.
Mm-hmm.
When I associate with coldness, when we were grounding,
Yeah.
itching me so badly, and my guides were right in front of me so hard. Like, okay, back off a little bit. They were itching. But
Mm-hmm.
being cold has something to do with a past life of mine. I hate
Mm.
cold. I live in Michigan. We have all four seasons. Right now it's snowing outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely does.
Yeah, I even tried to ask. It was before we opened everything up, but I knew you were going to work with me. I was like, what does cold mean? Why am I just all of a sudden freezing when it's 68 in my house and it's sunny? It's like gonna be 75 degrees today. I'm in California.
Lucky.
Yeah.
It's not
So
over.
that was like, I am this cold is not mine that I'm feeling and holding. Okay, so let's go back to what he has to say about the cold because it's way different than what I was consciously trying to create what cold meant for you. And it's that the coldness there is in the sense of lack of humanity, lack of lovingness. Like they all care and love each other on this planet, which you've had a life on, but you were just wanted to find something else. You wanted to find the warmth and the love in a different way. And you chose this experience to have that and to bring that back to them, which I'm hearing is Octarian. My papers, I write sometimes. Okay. So the cold comes from lack of humanity, lack of that just true loving motherly presence within their society, even though there is a deep internal divine love there, they lack that motherly love. And you're here to study that. And as you study that, that's where your little, I'm being tested. I'm being tested. That's where it's coming from. Is how do you hold love in that space where we're told in earthly world that we shouldn't have that love, even though that's a very hard thing to have unconditional love for those who don't always treat us right. And it doesn't have to be that we let them overstep their boundaries. Like we could have a boundary and hold the love because we also have to love ourselves through it. So your larger vision is a study of love
It's
and not
interesting.
just romantic love,
Uh, so
unconditional.
That resonates.
Okay.
I haven't been fully in love ever. I've
Okay.
talked to people that were interested here and there. Kind of picky with who I let get close to me, but have I fully been in love and had a relationship where I would call it a relationship? No. And I can be very detached. Once I make up my
Mhm.
mind, that's it. I was into someone that I thought I was someone for the future, and he just kept testing me and testing me. And as soon as I made that one decision, I'm like, I'm done. Deleted him and never thought of him again. I can easily detach from that. It's either I'm too emotional or too detached. I'm not in between.
And I'm hearing exactly from him as like it's easy to detach because of where you come from with that past life and that
I think
alien.
a wall up around myself or even my heart half the time.
Hmm.
Don't get involved, you're gonna get hurt. And it's like I want it, but I don't want it at the same time.
Yeah. And that's what he's saying. That's easy to do, but you're here to study love, even the parts that hurt, and to experience love, and not even just romantic love, also friendship love, because you have your family that you've spoke of. You've been experiencing a lot of that, but friendship, love, and romantic love, and love for things too. He's saying things that doesn't exist where they're at, like how you could love a hobby or you could love inanimate objects, like that doesn't exist on their plane. But we get to experience that here, the love of nature, the love of anything. We could love anything here. And that's a very freeing concept that they don't have.
Yeah. Friendships, I haven't had. I envy people who have friendships from like a very child, like since they were little.
Hmm.
Mine seem to come and go. I don't have a long friendship. I think the longest
Okay.
with my best friend Amy, and we all have our moments too. Like I don't like I'm expecting like it's weird. I'm expecting it to drop with any friendship. The shoot.
Mm, yeah. But when you have those expectations, as my conscious side coming through, those expectations, like as within, so without. So if we're having that, we're going to just experience it.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I should change that.
Yeah. But that takes a lot of work to also do. Doesn't
Mhm.
just change overnight. Okay. So do you want to talk a little bit? I hear anxiety as like coming through as one being addressed. So we talked a lot about love. I'm going to go back to channeling and asking what guides want to come forward when it comes to anxiety. This one's like more of the animals wanting to come forth. And they're telling me, so I grabbed this right before we started, and this is my card deck, Animal Elders, because I had a feeling they were just, I
I've been
always walk around and
meaning to buy
say,
a good animal deck, but I haven't found a good one. The
I'll
ones that are really expensive.
I'll tell you, I'll give you the information for this one, but it's Asha Frost Animal Elders, and
Okay.
she is indigenous. She's Chippewa,
Okay.
so I love her stuff. And I'll always walk around my room and my stuff and say, "Who wants to work with me?" before I meet with somebody. And I just the cards were like, "Us, get us," and that comes through. Okay, so I feel like we have three. We need to pull three of these because you just have so many animals. And that animal love too. Do you have like a lot of pets or wanted pets?
Love animals. When I was growing up, and Muslims technically can't have like dogs. They're considered
Oh.
like the proper way I would say in English dirty, and there's a reason for it. They believe like the dog's tongue is not very clean, so when it licks itself, or even the fur, the way it breathes, will go on to like the prayer mat, and the prayer mat has to be very clean. So
Mm.
we're technically not supposed to have them. I grew up with having a dog. We had a dog. We had a dog,
Hmm.
a Chihuahua, and we called it Pablo. We didn't name
Yeah.
it. It was my brother's dog. He got it as a birthday gift. It was gorgeous. Like grayish, bluish eyes ever, crystal with a light.
Hmm.
It was the calmest dog. And then most Chihuahuas are mean. This Chihuahua wanted to play with everybody. He was my mom's baby. He was spoiled rotten. He came before anybody else. Like I love
Very
animals.
cute.
Yeah, I love animals. I always like I look at animals like in the future. I'm like, that's the animal I'm gonna get. So I kind of want like a Maltese white dog, a small one. And then
Hmm.
I like Yorkies. Even though
Mm,
they're kind of like big attitude, they're so cute. They're so
yeah.
cute. But in
Yeah.
my past life I had a what's it called? It's a family dog. What's it called? Um it's like a lab.
Hmm.
So I always see that one as a past life animal, and I called her Maggie for some reason.
Mm, that's cute. Okay. So let's see when animals are coming forward for this message about anxiety. Um, Canadian goose comes forward. And so when I see Canadian goose, we know that they migrate and they travel and they're with their family pack. So taking that family pack, it makes me go back to what I'm thinking about with the alien that came forward of like you're heading this situation, this study on love, and the goose could help you with that as well. But that's what you're doing. And they take a big leap of faith because they just know, like, okay, it's time. We're migrating this way. And same thing with you. And then next we have elder snake.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. So snake represents a lot of things that can also be positive. A lot of times in like white spiritual stuff, it'll come through as negative. On indigenous side of things,
I've only heard negative things.
oh, you've only ever heard negative? Yeah. That comes through we're in America with the white culture is predominant. So and in native beliefs, it's how you stretch and how you grow and you shed. You shed these old ways of being and you birth and you trust and you give into your new body, even though you want to hold on to that shell. Like a snake knows, like, I can't hold on to that. I have to shed it and move forward. And then the last one here, elder skunk.
What
That's a
does
good
this
one. We're
mean?
gonna go to the book for that one because
You have
I
never pulled
know.
a card.
Oh, and you know what it says at the bottom? Set boundaries. Because duh, when we think about a skunk, what does he do? He knows very strongly where his boundary is and where you need to
Hey, it's
be.
a little funk, basically, yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, I love these cards. I'm going to take a picture so I can text you the picture of them.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, then I could text you that later. But wow, like these cards, I feel like normally you might see a skunk and a snake and goose and kind of be like, those are majestic, cool animals. Like, but I think they all hold like such a strong purpose. But I do want to go to her book on the skunk because I know there's something more there. There's definitely something more that I'm missing.
So skunk to me would mean because it's has its tail up. Can I see the card a little bit?
Yeah.
It's being defensive, it's protecting itself, it's
Mm-hmm.
guarding itself. The fact that it's eating means that it feels very safe in its own energy, but at the same time, kind of like not letting someone in because the tail is up, not down.
Yeah. Yeah. So he doesn't feel 100%
Safe.
safe. Mm-hmm. All right. When the boundaries and sacred space of skunk have been disrupted, everyone gets a strong smelling sign. This elder invites you into a similar space of self-respect, reminding you that if you are not being met with honor you deserve, you have the right to demand it. This does not have to be done aggressively, but it takes time to make it known that you will and you will not put up with it. Where in your life have you made yourself small or handed over your power? Where are you not confidently taking up space that is your divine right to take? Draw a clear line like this that of the skunk's back. Healthy entitlement is calling to you, so welcome it with grace. And I bring that back to anxiety. Like every time somebody oversteps that, the anxiety ramps up. Just making it in general, the boundary is like anxiety could be at the bottom of it. So Elder Skunk speaks. This is what he has to say. Call upon my medicine when you need assistance in standing tall in your power. I will remind you that you can make your mark and ask for what you need. I invite you to take up your rightful space in this world, for it's time to align with the higher sense of confidence. This world needs your authentic presence. It's time to claim it and hold your head up high. I love that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that is really great. And it goes back to all of the things that you were sharing about. Where's the old Nadine? The one that they could walk over and request, and then they got uncomfortable because you changed.
I tried to dial it down because I don't want to stress my mom out because she's dealing with health issues. But like
Hmm.
as soon as I find my person and get the fuck out of here, I'm gonna be like, I don't know, a Karen in a sense, because I can do that. And when you're living
Hmm.
with family members, you can't do that. You have to give and take with everything.
Yeah. So definitely in those moments that you have those moments, calling in that skunk energy into them for him to be with you when you know
Mhm.
it's going to be a difficult.
Well, if you ever smell a skunk, it's not pretty. So I don't know. It's pretty
Maybe
bad.
they'll just be like, "Oh, I smell that. Maybe I should not fight back on her with that. Maybe we just
Yeah.
let it be."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, so let's go back into our channeling here and see if there's any last message to come forward, especially from your higher self here. All right, so we head back into channeling. We want to double check for Nadine if there's anything that her higher self wants to bring forward and let it be known to her. Okay, now I see your higher self above you. Okay, and I'm hearing Angela supports your higher self. That's who your higher self goes to commune with and to talk with. Okay. I'm hearing your higher self say, you make the path. You can make the path and you can make the choices with ease, and that things just drop in front of you and to take them. Don't play the game of, oh, is this for me? Can I do it? Whatever is, I don't know what's on your path that's been revealing itself to you or going to reveal itself to you, but she's saying do it because that will change the trajectory of aligning with your highest timeline and your highest self. Yeah. And don't play the game of questioning and you'll just know. Does that resonate in any way?
So when we were starting, and I closed my eyes with you,
Mm-hmm.
I saw a road.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw a road. I'm like, is this for me? Is this for for you?
Mm.
I'm like,
Oh, it was for you.
yeah. Um, yeah, I've been getting advice about like just take the risk. Who cares? But it's easier said than done half the time.
Yeah. And it's not so, I didn't hear the word like big risk taking, just the path. Like this is the answer. Do
Mhm.
these things and then you'll be on your path with more of your higher aligned higher self.
Yeah, I had a dream last night, and then you're confirming it in a sense. There's someone in the chat that he is gonna interpret it. I dreamt that there was pillows right in front of me, and this is meditation pillows. And each pillow had a color like the chakra system.
Mm,
For some reason I picked the red one. I wanted to sit on the red pillow. That's the one I wanted. And then
hmm
I was with my twin brother and my mom. We're outside sitting on the bench. Like I think I was in a park with trees around, and there was this woman that came and sat right next to me, and I was just memorized by her. She was beautiful. She had so I have a thing for redheads. I love redheads.
mm, hmm
She had red hair, and at first I thought she had blue eyes, and looked closely, they were brown. She was exactly the female version of the person I imagine in my future. The
mm,
exact version, except she was female. I was
hmm
praising her and calling her beautiful, and I had a feeling that she was made fun of because of her looks, because most friends
hmm
are. I called her beautiful, and if anyone doesn't accept you, that's on them. Don't let anyone tell you any differently. And
hmm
I was just amazed, and her face, it was like started to glow. Like you know how some people look like they're wearing makeup and they're not wearing makeup? She had
hmm
a glowing look to it.
mm,
Woke up. There's going to be a huge shift for me this year, and I keep
yeah,
having dreams left and right about it.
yeah. Have you done any type of dream work or journaling around your dreams?
Everybody says that to me. I can't. So, like, I'll wake up and I don't exactly remember, and then I'll be in the shower doing dishes. I'm like, oh, I had
Now I
dreams.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you do it on your phone, like transcribe the notes. I do my dream book right by my bed, but that wouldn't work for you if you're going about your day and then you remember. But I write it down. And also before I go to bed, I do intentions with my dream. I want to see an answer to this.
As well.
Yeah.
I always say like, okay, I'm closing myself. Like, show me what I need to know. I'll just do something like about like, and then I had a past life dream, my friend was in it. I'm like, what does 1692? It was the exact date. She goes, Nadine,
Mm,
me out. I go, what? She goes, it's my wife's birthday.
yeah. But you could get really specific if you want instead of, I like to do the general ones too, because you never know what might come through, and that's really cool. But you can get really specific on things as well with your dream work. And you could have a dream worker like work with you, like a spirit guide who helps you with that.
So like I can say, hey, show me the date and time. I'm supposed to meet this person.
You could if you want. You
Or
could put
what
anything you
job
want.
I'm supposed to get or anything like that.
Yeah, I put all kinds of stuff in my dream work that I'm like, I need to dream and find answers for, and I write it down.
I should try that.
And a lot of it is like really in the moment too. Like it'll be for tomorrow. Like I need to make a decision on this. I need an answer
Oh,
tonight. It'll sometimes be very in the moment because I do
yeah.
a lot of writing too. So it'll be like, I'm going to write this next section tomorrow. You better like lay it out for me.
That sounds very Virgo.
I'm a Capricorn, so also that structure. Yeah. Okay. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about or ask your guides as we finish up?
Is there a big lesson I'm supposed to learn over the summer? Because I keep seeing that. I feel like
Okay.
it might be getting some sort of new energy coming in, and it's supposed to be teaching me something. I feel like I'm going to be set on a trial in a sense.
Okay. Yeah, every time I know my ego wants to push something aside, I'm like, you have to say it. When you started saying that, I saw a sloth come forward. What does a sloth have to do with anything? But okay, that's
I
your.
hate sloths, but that's just me.
Well, it's gonna be a lesson. Sometimes lessons are uncomfortable.
They're very
So
slow. Everybody seems to think they're cute. I'm the only one who thinks they're like ugly and boring.
okay, so all right, let's go back to our channeling here. Nadine wants to know about this big lesson she keeps seeing previewed to her that will happen over the summer. Would anyone like to speak forward to that? Okay, so the sloth's just saying like you're gonna want to pull on his energy. He's laughing because or lack thereof during that time. So I think he's kind of confirming that yes, it is something, and you definitely want to use some of his energy, probably because it's going to be so high up that having some of that relaxed, calm energy will be very good with dealing with the big lesson you keep seeing laid out before you. Does anyone want to speak about what the lesson could pertain to, what it might look like?
It involves with a person.
I'm hearing them say that it has to do with getting on that path. And to get on that path, some things are going to be broken down as you get there. But the path is there, and like the timelines are going to meet up to where you could decide to go on that path in the summer or continue the trajectory of where you're at. Because taking that path over the summer will have immediate effect on your relationships. But in the long term, you do have the power to um, recultivate. I'm just hearing cultivate. I don't know if that means cultivate new ones, to cultivate what was already lasting, to fix what was there. But yeah, as you timeline shift, because your timelines are going to meet up, that's where your lesson's going to be. And it's not so much the thing that's going to happen, it's how it's going to affect your current situation, where what you're
In the spiritual sense or in the real
in
life?
life. So like if you break away, I'm hearing like it's going to have an effect on siblings, parents, like it's going to make a big fuss there when the thing itself is really not even that big of a deal. But into your current situation, it's going to seem like a big deal. It's going to be a very big deal to them. And then when you
That
get to the other side of it and you go through it, you're going to be like, oh, that wasn't even that big of a deal, like what I was trying to do.
is pretty accurate. Yeah, it sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reaction I usually get.
Yeah. And then call on sloth when you get there to just bring that calming, slower energy in because everything's going to get heightened and we don't want to stay at that heightened
Mm,
level. You will in the moment because it'll happen, but then make sure you bring it back down and start to
stay.
balance out.
Stay cool.
Yeah, so that's what I heard.
Thanks, Angela. Or the sloth.
And the sloth. I love that you had such different animals come through.
So weird.
I love it. Then I know it's like, okay, it's not that same typical stuff we always hear. Like, I want it to be unique. Okay, let's just do a little closing of our space here. Universe, thank you for bringing Nadine and I together to have this conversation and tap into her highest timeline, into her highest self. I hope that the messages that come through are helpful and bring her the answers and clarities that she's looking for as she moves along her spiritual journey. So, again, thank you so much. And so it is.
If you enjoyed listening to Nadine's session, I'm here to work with you too. Head on over to ravenrabbit.com and go to my Work With Me tab in the collections. I am so excited to be taking personal one on one bookings. Go ahead and check out the calendar and book a time that works for you.